Hi, this is Dan Gilmartin, part of the Gilmartin Group, real estate company in Burlingame, California, May 4th, 2020, with your Monday morning market minute. We're going to stay to the more traditional minute, but next week there's more economic data coming out that I think will be good to pull out some slides and kind of give more of a State of the Union address on terms of our economic recovery here. So, single family inventory from South San Francisco to Redwood City right now is 155. Last week, that number was 155. Last year, this time, that number was 182. We're well below last year's inventory for single-family home. Again, to be expected. Not a lot of sellers coming on the market at the moment. We had 18 homes come on the market and 30 homes go under contract. That beats last week's 26, and the week before that was 25. Last year, this time, that number was 39. We're just 9 off in terms of sales for single-family homes. That's fantastic news. Condominiums right now, 72 condominiums on the market. That's up slightly from 69 of last week. We had 11 condominiums come on the market, and we had 9 condominiums go into contract. Last week, the number was 9. Here's some interesting news. Expires, cancels, withdraws. Do you think maybe that would be a pretty high number? Well, we had 14, which is kind of a high number. Last year, this time, the number was 13. And then for price reductions, we actually had 12 homes reduce their price. Last year, that number was 18. So total, from South San Francisco to Redwood City, single-family homes and condominiums, inventory is 227. That's up slightly from 224 of last week. And last year at this time, that number was 272. So the lower the inventory, supply and demand bodes well for sellers, obviously. So I could say now is an interesting time to put your home on the market, meaning you have very little competition. And for the buyers, interest rates just went down again. So there's a lot of buying power. And here on the Mid-Peninsula, we all agree we're kind of in a bubble when it comes to the rest of the country in our real estate. And with 30 sales, single-family homes last week, and another 9 condominiums, that's a very, very healthy number. So next week, I want to get more into the narrative. I want to help continue to form the narrative around our economic recovery. And there's 3 things that I think that should be talked about when we get into this narrative of our economic recovery. Number 1 is our business science. What has been the in the past, when we've been in pandemics or when we've been in a scenario like this, what has been the events and how did we come out of that? That's business science. Number 2 is health science. COVID under control. All of this depends on where we get this control of the COVID. And clearly, once we have a better, clear vision of where that is, this V recovery that I'm talking about, maybe the country as a whole might be more of a U. But when I look at our world here in the Mid-Peninsula, I'm still seeing all signs of a V recovery. And it's gonna hurt when we hit the bottom. And I don't think we've quite hit that bottom there, but then we're gonna V out. And then the third thing is the social science of this. So when we do start reopening more, how are we going to act? How are we, what is the public's feeling of getting back out into the restaurants and things like that? So those are 3 very important things to be talking about in the narrative of our economic recovery. Thanks for listening. Have a great day, and I'll certainly talk to you next week.